Hello tubers, this is Kurt with Edibles and Exotics coming to you from sunny Mesa, Arizona. We're in spring right now. It's the beginning of May, and just wanted to do another video on some bananas. So, you know, everyone's always looking for a dessert type banana or a plantain. They usually avoid the wild seed variety. They think, you know, the fruit's not going to be good, it's going to be full of seeds, blah, blah, blah. But seeded bananas actually grow a lot better, I've found, than dessert type bananas. They're a little more forgiving. Some of them grow a lot quicker. Some of them are actually better at handling heat and better at handling cold as well. So this video, I want to show you Musa velutina, all right? It's known as the pink fuzzy banana or the pink hairy banana. So it's a wild banana, all right? It kind of grows almost like a canna lily, all right? They don't get that tall. They get maybe about 3 feet tall. We're talking stalk height, not the leaves, not the tips of the leaves going up in the air. But the cool thing about them is the bananas actually are pink in color, and they do have a velvety skin, all right? The other cool thing about them is, you know, if you watch my other videos and you see how bananas actually grow naturally on a dessert type banana or a plantain type banana, usually the flower comes out and hangs down. Well, on the Musa velutina, the bananas actually stay upright. So they grow up, and the bottoms of the bananas, which would be the tips of the flower, or the base of the flower, I should say, is up in the air, as opposed to hanging down. And as they grow, when they start to ripen, you don't pick them off like you would a regular banana bunch. When they start to ripen though, they actually self-peel. So once they start peeling, you know, as long as you get to it before birds, bugs, and whatnot, you could pick them and you could eat them that way. And you do have to be careful of the seeds. The seeds are like gigantic BBs in there. They could break your teeth. So your best bet is going to be to, you know, take a bite and suck the flesh off and spit the seeds out and then grow them. Or, you know, you could chop it up with a knife and pick the seeds out and then eat it that way. But anyway, I got a pretty cool story here. So I bought a whole bunch of Musa velutina seeds. I bought them from all different places and I had no luck with them whatsoever. So I found this guy, I think he was on Etsy. This guy in India, his name is Ajit. All right, he was selling seeds. The name of his store was Seeds by Post. And he was dirt cheap, sold high volume, and he was just an awesome guy to deal with. Anytime I had a problem, I bought tons of different seeds from him for tons of different plants. But anytime I had a problem, this guy made it right away, no questions asked. So it's a real shame that he's not selling seeds anymore, or shipping, I should say, to the US. But I wound up buying 600 Musa velutina seeds. And I counted them when I planted them. There were 600 seeds. So that was a chore in itself. I grew them. It took about 2-3 months, and they got pretty decent size. They were about 2 inches tall. And this was the beginning of last summer. I rushed to plant them into pots individually. And lo and behold, I killed like probably around 580 of these things, all right? All 600 sprouted, and I think I wound up with like 20 of them that actually survived after I killed them, all right? It happens. So anyway, long story short, I've given a few away. I've planted some here and there. I haven't sold any, mainly just giving them to friends, family, and so I'm going to show you, I got some in some grow bags over here. They're underneath a Pakistani mulberry tree, and they get some afternoon sun. The rest of the day, they're in full shade. They're in 6-inch grow bags. They're in my Stay Green potting soil that I use for everything. They actually, some of them might actually need to be up-potted right now. They're actually running out of soil in the pots. The worms have got in there and turned it to straight worm poop. So worm castings, but they're still growing pretty good. They got slight variegations to the leaves, and I think that might have been a nutrient deficiency from last summer. The new leaves coming out are actually starting to turn pretty green, and So Musa velutina, from what I understand, is native to the Himalayas. All right, not high up in the mountains, but at the base where it's still warm. So they have a short grow season. They're not really a tropical banana plant, and they grow super fast. So if you grow them from seed, it's probably going to take you about 1 summer to get them to a pretty decent survivable size before you'd actually want to plant them in the ground. And then the next summer you can plant them in the ground, and by the end of that summer they should be somewhere around 2-3 feet tall, and they might even give you fruit depending on how long your grow season is. If you're in the valley like I am, more than likely, once you get them in the ground, you're looking at either that summer or the next summer. They also pup out like crazy. So, you know, if you plant one, even one, you know, you can grow a whole patch of these suckers, you know, and they fruit really quick. Like I said, they're native to areas where they get a short grow season, so they grow quick, they fruit quick, and they pup out. And you know, I've read reports all the way up in North Carolina, people growing these outdoors, and when the winter time comes, they literally just throw a bunch of mulch on top, so, you know, maybe a foot, so underneath that the corms don't freeze, and they come up every spring for them and they fruit. So if you're in a colder area, it might not be a bad idea to give these guys a try. You know, they are seeded bananas, but they have an awesome taste and they're cool. You know, you get the wow factor, so it's worth a shot. You know, I got a couple left here. They're probably going to be available towards the end of the summer. There's still, some of them are still teeny tiny. Some of them are putting on some decent size. I don't want to sell these to anyone and then they die. You know, usually a seed grow banana or even a tissue culture, I try to grow them to about 1 foot to 1.5 foot tall, and make sure they're gonna do pretty good so people don't buy them and kill them and then, you know, freak out on me. So I'm gonna get you over here and I'm gonna show you what I have left of the Musa velutina, and then I'm gonna show you one in my front yard that I have in a little plant pot in the driveway. And it's a really interesting one because it's short and it put out a pup quite a distance away from the main corm. So let's get over here and I'll show you what these Musa velutina look like at about 1 year old from seed, and what you guys could expect if you're growing them not in a greenhouse, not in some crazy controlled environment, but outdoors like I am. All right, so let me back up real quick here. So this is a big Pakistani. This was a tissue culture last year. I did a video on these and this particular tree. So if you want to learn more about Pakistanis, you can check that video out. I'll leave a link down in the description. So these are the Musa velutina right here, okay? And like I said, you can see the leaves. They kind of look variegated. This isn't some genetic trait. This was a nutrient deficiency as far as I could tell, because a lot of these others have normal leaves, all right? And these, like I said, are in grow bags, all right? They're not, ooh, they are actually rooted out. I can't even get these up without breaking the roots off, so that may be an issue transplanting. But this soil here, it's pretty much not even soil anymore. It's just worm poop and probably isopod poop and whatever other bugs are running around in here. But so I got, I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I have one planted in the front yard that's very interesting that I'm going to show you guys. But as you can see, this one here, I mean, he's maybe 2 inches tall. You know, we're talking stem height here, not leaf tip height. Here's another one. I got 3 that are pretty decent size and one that's kind of in between. All right, guys, so I got a planter here, as you can see. I think this is Mother of Thousands, I think it's called. I got some other stuff coming up. I don't even know what these are. Sunflowers, maybe, who knows? But this was given to me by my father. He had something growing in here, and as you can see, I got a little trash. I think someone drove into it, maybe. But this is a Musa velutina. So I planted this guy end of last summer, I think, or maybe even in the winter in here. And it's doing pretty good. And I came out the other day and I saw this right here. Look at that. So this guy, I mean, look at this. You know, what is that? Maybe 1.5 inches? And it put out a pup all the way over there. I don't know how that happened. You know, usually when they pup out close to the base of the parent plant, but this guy popped out all the way over there. So that just goes to show you, even a tiny little plant like that, 1 year old from seed, maybe 1.5 inches tall, from the soil to the base of the leaves, is able to put out another pup. So hopefully this whole pot here may get filled with pups by the end of the summer. It'd be kind of cool. But let me get you in here and show you one more time. Little pup, baby plant. So guys, that really blew me away. I just couldn't believe that a tiny little plant like that would pup out so far from the base of the parent plant. It's kind of cool. So I would highly recommend, guys, buying Musa velutina. It's a great starter plant. They're super hardy, really easy to grow. Again, they are like other bananas. If you're growing them in the valley or any climate similar to ours where it gets well above 100 degrees for months on end with no rain, no humidity, desert kind of areas, they're going to need some shade. They're going to need quite a bit of water during the summer. Again, bananas do not like sitting in mud. They do like very moist soil, but they don't like soil that doesn't drain. So if you're going to plant them, I wouldn't plant them in clay soil unless it's heavily amended. Mulch on top is going to be highly beneficial. All right, you can put them in planters. The Musa velutina do not get big, so you could throw them in planters and put them out on your patio or something like that. They make an awesome accent plant, you know, with the pink fuzzy bananas and stuff. It's going to blow people away when they see it. You know, it's better than growing plants for, you know, just some flowers that everyone else has. Nothing special. These are highly exotic specimens. And like I said, they can take the heat, they can take the cold a little bit better than a dessert banana would. They are also seeded, so as you eat the fruit, you could harvest the seeds and you can grow more. You can sell them, you can give them away, whatever you want to do. Plant them around your yard and have patches everywhere. Really neat plant. So I might have some of these for sale towards the end of the summer. Like I said, I don't want to sell these unless I know they're going to survive. So keep checking back. Again, I sell mostly local. I am setting up an Etsy pretty soon to start selling some of the overabundance of plants I have that I can't sell locally. So if you want to buy one, hit me up in the comments and I'll let you know when they're going to be available. Like I said, it's probably going to be late summer of this year, which is 2023. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, tell all your friends, and until the next video, guys, keep growing.